If you ever get invited to an after party at a college party, do not go, and here's why. Me and my best friend at the time, we're gonna name her Lacey, got invited to a college party because, you know, it was an all-freshman party, and we just wanted to get to know other freshmen on campus. But the hosts of the party were second and third semesters, and it was really, really lit. It was turned up, it was packed and crowded, but it was very hot and humid in this house. Me and my best friend decided to head over to the drink stand to get us some drinks, but they only have like 2 jungle juices. They have no water on standby. They have these 2 juices. One juice was red, one juice was yellow. They look refreshing or whatever. So I decided to drink the red drink, and my best friend Lacey decided to drink the yellow drink. So while we're drinking, it didn't really taste like nothing. Like, it didn't taste nothing out the ordinary. It just tastes like a whole bunch of juices mixed together until I thought. We're gonna name one of the hosts of the party Brian, as Brian pulled me aside as I'm, trying to turn up and get my drink. He asked if I wanted to come to the after party. I'm invited. So I told my best friend Lacey, hey, I got invited to the after party. But she was like, no, I'm really hot in here. This really not my vibe. I'm just gonna walk to my dorm. Mind you, Lacey's dorm is like 5 minutes away, like as a walk. I have to walk 15 minutes to go to my dorm. We don't live in the same dorm. But as soon as I turned around, Lacey was already gone, so it really wasn't turning back now. Midnight hits, Brian decides to kick out everybody from the party that wasn't going to the after party. And Brian decides to tell me to head down to the basement where that is the after party being held at. First decision, y'all. But as I'm trying to find the basement, the house gets quieter and quieter as people are leaving. But you would think it would still be loud because it's an after party going on in the basement, right? Open the doors to get to the basement. I start going down the stairs and I peek and it's really, really quiet. So I'm like, okay, where's the party at? I don't hear no music or anything. And then the door closes behind me. So when I look downstairs, it's no one there. I decided to try to go back upstairs through the door that I came in from the basement. And girl, tell me why the door's locked. When I'm low-key starting to like freak out, I start to hear coming from the basement.
What on earth? Oh my god, that's so scary. I've been crying my eyes out. Oh, I hope nothing bad happens.
I started to hear hissing from downstairs, and hissing as in like snakes, like. So at this point, I'm paranoid, but I'm still trying to have a fun time. Maybe it's another door in the basement that leads to the actual party, and it's like soundproof. I just can't hear the music. As I continue to walk downstairs, I get to see a pool table that's covered in the black cloth, and it's clearly stuff under it, but I really can't tell. But I also see like figures of people, but I can't really see since it's LED lights and it's flashing. I can't see nobody's face. I can't even see my own face. So I go to the side of the basement where it's like a little bar area, and I see figures of people, but I'm not really sure like who they are. So I go up to them and I ask and tap one of them. I'm like, hey, is this the after party? Are y'all invited to it too? And they don't say any words. So I'm like, hey, y'all, like, what's up? Why ain't y'all talking? They gonna turn around and like hiss at me, like literally like hiss at me. So I'm like, girl, who let the dogs out? No, girl, who let the snakes out? What's really going on? I'm freaked out. Why? Like, what's really tea? And the creepy part about it was the person was wearing like a mask. Like, they were wearing like a snake mask. Like, y'all know at like the masquerade ball, they have like the little mask that, yeah, it's So I'm freaked out because this random person just hissed at me wearing this mask. I'm like, I'm ready to go. So I try to go back, run upstairs, but it's 2 security guards like blocking the entrance to the stairs. So I'm like, hey, what's going on? I'm ready to go.
Security guards in a house?
One of them say, it's not time for you to leave yet. Babe, it's time to wrap it up. So I tell one of the security guards, I'm like, hey, I just have to use the restroom. I'll be back downstairs. Don't worry about it. He was like, no, sit. As in like, sit. Like he's hissing at me saying sit. And while he's saying sit, he points at 4 chairs and 3 people are like sitting in these chairs with their heads down with masks on too. I don't know what's going on, but it's getting wild. As he's telling me to sit down, he hands me a mask I have to put on myself. I'm like, okay, we're in it to win. So of course, I'm not trying to lose my life in this frat boy basement. So I decided to go ahead and comply, grab the mask, put it on, and go sit down where other people would stand down at. But it was creepy because it seemed like I recognized one of the people that had their heads down in this chair. But I just couldn't tell who it was yet. So now it's me in the basement and I'm sitting with 3 other people, but I'm over here trying to act cool, play it calm, have my mask on. But I look to the left and see the next person, try to ask them, hey, what's going on? And you wouldn't believe who it was, y'all. I decided to go ahead and lift up their face, and it was my best friend who left me at the party, Lacey. I'm like, first thing, how did you end up in the basement? And second, why are you here, and why do you have this snake mask on, and why aren't you responding to me? I tried to wake her up, but it seemed like she was like off or something, or she was asleep. I don't know. So before I can even try to attempt to wake Lacey up, I hear like hissing sounds coming towards me in black figures. Mind y'all, I can't see what's going on. My vision is messed up. It's LED lights.
That's so weird. Why is she in there? I thought she was going home. Oh my god, sure this is not real. I genuinely be crying. It sounds so scary.
Brian comes down and stands at the center of the pool table, and he decides to say, "Welcome to freshman initiation." But it's just a freshman party for their college. I didn't know that, so.
America's wild. If that's genuinely like what they do when they go to like university or college. Literally in the UK, all you get is a flat party or a house party. Whereas like, you have to like get a social status to get into clubs. I've never heard that in my life. That's wild and so scary. Why are they wearing, what does the snake's mask have to do with anything? Like, that's just, and why are they hissing?
Snake people put the girl on the pool table like spread out like this, like a Thanksgiving dinner, and she has to decide if she's gonna get a tattoo of a snake eye or she's gonna have to get burned with a snake logo in her skin. It was like crazy. They decided to go to my best friend Lacey, but Lacey, as soon as they touched her, she threw up on them and they had to bring her upstairs. So I'm like, okay, let me follow after y'all leave. So when they try to get me, I had to fake a seizure. You gotta do what you gotta do to get out of the situation, okay? So when they brought me and Lacey upstairs, Brian came upstairs with them, and Brian said to bring us downstairs when we're ready. I decided to go ahead and work 2 steps ahead, and I had to leave. So I go over to Lacey, I help her up, and I grab my coat, I grab my phone, and I grab my purse from the closet, from the entrance, and we sprint over to her dorm. This morning we had to recollect what actually happened to us that night, and we are so glad that nothing happened, like harmed us.
That is mental. I've never in my life heard of that. If that is a thing in America, that's like the most weirdest, creepiest thing ever. Oh my god, the comments. They're literally saying, LMAO, I'm so dead. This is from a movie called Tuba. So it's like, my dreams be like, oh my god. I was gonna say, I was like, that is not real. I refuse to believe. That's just so weird. What on earth? What on earth?
Send in your videos to be featured on our channel. Thanks for watching awesome videos. Like and follow.